Have you ever had to do that? Break your cover immediately and actually just arrest someone?
No, I haven't, but, I'm smiling because I'm thinking of one time when I arrested Papa Cool. And Papa Cool had this juke joint down in Mississippi. Uh, and I forget what his place was called. It might have been called Papa Cool's. And anyway, I was dealing with Papa Cool, and I was gonna buy, like, 50 pounds of marijuana from him, something like that. So, I'm dealing with him for several days trying to work up the deal. I'm trying to look like I'm legit. And, I've gotta come up with now I forget how much money, maybe 40,000, $30,000, but I'm making it look legit, and I'm saying, "Hey, man, yeah, look, I'm working on my money. Look, I got 28,600 now, and, I'm pulling in some drug debts, people I fronted drugs to, so I'm collecting some drug debts," and I'd call him back the next day, "Yeah, I got 33,000 now," I'm working it up, and I'm, making it seem believable. So, we get ready as we get close to the drug deal, I go by his place one night. And boy, the gravel parking lot gets full, clapboard, juke joint out in the middle of nowhere, and it's really going and jiving. Papa Coo comes out and gets in the car with me. I said, "Man, let me show you something. I just collected this, from some of the people who owe me money." And I show him about 15,000 in cash. It's a flash roll. And I show him the money. I say, "See, I just got this. I'm adding this to what I already have, and I'm going up to get some more. I should have your money in the next day or two." He said, "Man, I got some money for you." What name was I using? Maybe Mike. He said, "Look, I got something for you, Mike." I said, "What?" He said, "Cough syrup." I said, "What?" He said, "Cough syrup." He said, "Man, we get it out of Baton Rouge." He said, "Man, this stuff is dynamite. You take this." He said, "It's like electricity shoot down to your balls, man." I said, "Man, I don't want no cough syrup." He said, "No, no, try it." And he takes some out. It's still, got the sealed label on it, and he opens it up. And it's not prescription, it's just some kind of regular cough syrup. He said, "Come on, try it, try it." I said, "No, man, I don't want any cough syrup." "Oh, try it. No, you gotta try this. Man, it's good. You're gonna like it. Come on, yeah, your electricity shooting down your balls." So I finally take it, and I go to, act like I'm swallowing some. Instead, I'm putting my tongue in to stop it. I'm acting like I'm taking some. "No, man, take it, take it." And he's right in my face. "Take it, take it." So I go ahead and I take several big swallows. I'm thinking, okay, just regular cough syrup. Okay. So I take the swallows and give it back. So I say, "Okay, man, we all set to do the deal tomorrow? I'll have the money by then." He says, "Yeah." So I go to a motel about, hour and a half, 2 hours away, and I get a room. And I call the agents and I say, "Okay, deal's on for tomorrow. I'll need agents for surveillance by bus. When he delivers the 50 pounds, y'all rush in, bust him. I'll wear a wire." Well, so we're gonna rush over the next day, meet with him, and then do the deal. So that night, it must have been about 2 in the morning or so, or 3. All of a sudden, I woke up and my face is flushed. Oh gosh, and my skin, oh man, I mean, something's happened. Something's happened. I'm flushed all over. My heart's beating real fast, and all of a sudden, I feel lightning shooting down to my balls. And I said, "Oh no! Oh no!" When I go up, throwing water on my face. "Oh no! Oh no!" And I'm thinking, "Gosh, I need to go to the hospital. Maybe they spiked it, with acid or PCP. Maybe spiked it with something. Man, I need to go to the emergency room." And then I thought, and then I called another agent. I said, "Hey," who lived outside town, "Man, can you come get me, drive me to the hospital?" I didn't want to drive myself because I thought, well, if this was something that was spiked, I might be dangerous to myself or other people if I was out driving a car, so I didn't want to drive myself. And she said, "Yeah, I'll be right there." So while I'm waiting for him, I look at my gun, and it's that 38. Let me see if I got that. Yeah. See, the cover of my book, that 38
Mm.
caliber, it's my 38 that I usually carry, and I look at it, and it's laying down on the nightstand, and I'm thinking, "Oh, I might be dangerous to myself with a loaded gun." So I go and get the 38, open it up, take the 5 shells out, and I walk to the door, open the door, and I throw the shells out into the grass so that my gun's empty. And I don't have extra ammo. I always thought undercover, if I did take a gun in, I'm not gonna have time to reload. It's gonna all be over in the first couple shots one way or another. So I throw the bullets away. So my gun's empty. Well, I go to the, emergency room, and they wind up giving me a shot, and it was just too much ephedrine or something like that, ephedrine in the, stimulant that's in the cough syrup. And by taking big gulps of it, I took too much of the cough syrup. So I'm having, it's like having too much coffee just about, except for the lightning shooting through your balls. Say, "Man, what kinda caffeine is that?" And, so the next morning, I'm running behind on rushing over to meet Papa Coo to do the deal. The agents from different parts of the state are heading over that way, and I'm getting in the car, I'm heading over that way. And as I'm heading over that way, with an empty gun, and I don't have extra ammo. I didn't carry extra ammo even in the trunk or anywhere. So, one thing, it's an undercover car, and I didn't want anybody, if they ever searched it, to find anything, make them suspicious. So I have that empty gun. I rush over there, and as I'm rushing over, Papa Cool had said, "Look, I'm gonna be on the side of such and such highway, parked, and you just come and meet me right there." And I rush over, and I'm running late. I don't have time to meet other agents to try to get ammo, and I rush and I park behind him, and he gets out and he says, "Hey, man, follow me." So he takes off, and I go following him. I don't know where he's going. Agents who had gone to the area, they're trying to follow us. Papa Coo turns off. This is over around Vicksburg, below Vicksburg, Mississippi. And he's going around these hills on the little bitty country road, almost like a single lane. And it's twisting, going around hills. And when he pops over one hill, all of a sudden he turns and he goes into this track into the woods. I turn right behind him. Of course, the agents don't see me. They have no idea. So Papa Coo winds through this track, and branches are brushing against the car. And then he gets to this circle clear area in the woods, dense woods. And he stops. He's got his girlfriend in the car with him and her. He stops. I pull up behind him. Of course, the agents have no idea where I am. There's no surveillance, and I've got my empty gun. So Papa Coo gets out of his car, and I said, "Hey, man, you got it?" And he said, "Yeah, it's in the trunk." He opens up the trunk. There's this big cardboard box that's got 50 pounds of weed in it. I said, "Well, here, I've got the money." And I went to my car, and I came back, and I had this manila envelope with cut up newspaper in it, for the money. And I handed it to him, and I said, "Well, here's the, whatever thousand." So Papa Coo took that, and as he took it, he started opening it. And I thought, I've got to do this now. So I reached back and I pulled out my gun, said, "MBN, hands up, police, hands up, hands up. You're under arrest." Papa Coo drops it, hands up. And so I'm there pointing the gun at him. And as I'm pointing the gun at him, I'm thinking, the empty cylinders, if he looks, he can see the cylinders are empty. And so to keep him from being able to see that clearly, I point the gun toward his feet. And when I point the gun toward his feet, he hopped up like I was going to shoot his feet. Ah! I said, "No, man, get down on your stomach." So I got him down on his stomach, and I yelled to his girlfriend, "Get out of the car, come on back here." She hesitated. Finally, she came on back. I got her down. I went back to my car, and I pulled out a two-way radio, and I started calling and calling and calling. Finally, after about 10 minutes, I reached somebody. And about 20 minutes later, they finally found me and came in. And I thought, whew, God, I'm glad they made it. When I went to Papa Coo's car, though, I looked, and on the floorboard of the passenger seat, where the girlfriend was this big, huge revolver that was loaded. And I thought, oh, man. Man. A little bit later, the agents who had followed me had also followed Papa Coo just before that, and they saw where he got his drugs. They went and raided that place, got about another 200 pounds, got a bunch of guns and some other guys, and got in this wild chase and shootout with some guys. A few hours after that, I'm over at the sheriff's office, and I'm booking Papa Coo, and I'm fingerprinting him. And guys are coming by, and they're saying things to me like, "Good job." I said, "Man, you didn't even have a loaded gun," things like that, the agents. And Papa Coo's sitting there, and he looks up at me, and he said, "Man," he said, "your gun wasn't loaded?" I said, "No." "Huh? why wasn't your gun loaded?" I said, "Well, Papa Cool, I like you, and I don't wanna take a chance on hurting you." Mother You know what he was thinking. You know what
Yeah.
you know what he was thinking. Gosh, he
Oh,
could have
man.
blown me away. So, anyway.